Yeah. Do we even need that much?
I mean, we recorded that part.
Heck.
So, welcome back. This is not our traditional intro. Oh, and we're also starting way in the middle of a recording. I'm gonna move that later. But hello, people, friends, family, listeners, emailing tribe of humans. We realized, well, the focus group helped us realize after we recorded part 2 of the MSG conspiracy episode that we didn't mention that it was part 2. So we're recording this right now to paste onto the front, if you will, to let you know that if you didn't hear part 1, you should go back and listen to part 1 first. You don't have to, but
That's up to you.
I mean, it's the introduction, though. What do you, Nick? What do you think? Would you be better off without it? Because that could be the case.
Probably the less time you listen to us, you'll be better off. But no, you definitely should go listen to part 1. Yeah, you need it.
I think based on you shouldn't listen to it.
A lie was born.
False. You should listen to it.
Yeah, definitely go listen to it because you'll be very lost if you don't.
Yeah, it'll make more sense because we talk about part 2 MSG gets into all of the crazy you're about to hear. But if you haven't heard part 1, again, please go back, listen. It gives where it came from, how the crazy conspiracy started, and just kind of rolls right into this one, which we recorded like 2 days later. We were fresh.
Was it even that long?
It was hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I talk like that. It was hot.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
That's right. And now I'm doing it in like a 2-minute intro to an episode that's another hour and 20 minutes long. So good luck, everybody. Thank you for listening. It's probably what month is it now, Nick?
October.
November? No, when they hear it.
September. Oh, November-ish.
It's definitely November. So enjoy some cocoa. Make some get a latte. Lattes.
That sounds nice.
And then do please enjoy the upcoming episode. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Voice crack for the win. Out.
Guest host, Ted's phone.
Guest host, Ted's phone. That's how this episode actually starts now. Because
now we are.
Yes, now we are recording.
Hey.
We are back. Clearly better at this than we used to be.
Idiot.
Are we? Or are we?
Yeah.
First? Okay.
Every next time we do this, we're better at it, whether anyone agrees or not.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were just looking at stats. I sent you an article. If we make 2 seasons of this show, which we will, obviously, maybe 3, because I don't know how long a season is. We haven't decided. We will be in the top 1%. And honestly, if we get, I'm going with 10. If we get 10 listeners that don't know somebody that knows us that we told to listen to this show, I mean, that's better than the 1%. We've reached the world.
10 was I missed that part. That was the threshold. Ish.
For now.
Yeah.
10,000 sounds cool. Start with 10, right?
Like 100 sounds cool.
Yes, 100 would be amazing. I think talking to our social media managers / our focus group, the head of our focus group, what other titles does she have?
Marketing.
Senior VP of marketing, yes.
We added her as our brand ambassador.
And most recently, MSG consumer and aficionado used for seasoning in tonight's dinner, and I tell you, it was tasty. I can't tell you that I tasted the MSG, but I can tell you it was in it.
All right. What did you make?
They're called porcupine balls, and we are so far off of where this tangent just started. That's fine. It's a meatball made with rice-a-roni that simmers in a pan for half an hour. And it's kind of like heaven. We usually eat them with fresh green beans. Delicious.
It sounds pretty good, actually. Yeah, I'm down with that.
But this did start with our focus group leader giving positive feedback on this episode, and that's not actually where that started. It was that we were talking about listeners, and I use my phone, as you know, to play sounders and intros and the music that we can legally play and this and that. But I'd really like to have a sound pad so I can just smash buttons on a little tiny
Yeah.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea how to use one. They're not cheap. We were talking about me using my phone. She goes, why don't you just get a sound pad? I go, because that's a lot of money for a podcast that might be heard by 17 people. So that's where I went to. I went to 100. And I was like, I tell you what, if we get 100 like unique listeners across all platforms, because I plan on putting it on 3 or 4, and I don't know how hosting works, and I don't want to pay for it. So I was planning on just going to, I think YouTube is the most popular. Obviously, Apple Podcasts is very popular. iHeartRadio is very popular. Spotify is where I registered this first. So I'm going to throw all the feeds on the things. And if we get that many new, unique listeners in season 1, I'm not going to say I'm committed to buying a pad board, but I probably will.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's just one more little add-on.
Oh, yes,
Well,
just
maybe
a
not
little, not expensive box that has to be programmed. No idea how to use. It's fine. I'm looking
It
forward
does
to
have
it.
some resale value.
And
So.
resale value, yeah, maybe. I'll be buying used because that's my
Yeah.
market.
Yep.
And then if it doesn't work out, you just used market. Seems
Yeah.
fun.
I think we could find one that's not crazy expensive.
No, they're not bad. In terms of if you were like a music producer and you needed a thing, not bad.
Yeah.
If you were a couple of guys who had regular jobs and did this not regularly, I mean, you don't need to buy one. But do you not need to buy one? Instead of scrolling through pages to be able to do things like, oh yeah, I could just smash it. Bam.
Yeah. Wait, where did this is completely off topic.
That's
not
pretty standard.
It's it's related.
Okay.
You mentioned sounders,
Yes.
and I had never heard that term before. Did you make that up?
No.
Oh, that's like what they're actually called? That's so interesting.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I just had never heard it before. So
And again, talking again with my wife, it was before we were recording this evening. She's heard, and I've heard them both, exactly 2 other podcasts that have sounders. And one of them is an amazing podcast that has hundreds of episodes, and it's about paranormal stuff. And I'm just going to tell you, it's called the What If Podcast. And about half of our sounders might be from that show. Some of them, I've actually just pulled the audio of them talking to use in our show, because
nice.
I find that podcast incredibly entertaining. Another one has sounders, and they talked about it on their show, and I went and I listened to it, and it's almost like they're put in post-production because the noises come through, but it's almost like the people talking didn't hear them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
like
found that
to them.
Yeah, not like I'm some connoisseur, but I found that just less interactive, and it felt like it just fell flat to me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
maybe I misheard it. I don't know, but
yeah,
that was the inspiration. Go ahead.
I've certainly heard them called drops. That's like a common term, which I guess they're probably the same thing then, because it's like what they do on the radio and that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I know what the radio is. But so
do people know?
Yes, listeners, radio.
Okay.
It's the greatest new thing ever. The iHeart Radio app that I use, and I'm not advertising for at all because they're not paying me. Unlike Taco Works or Chia Chips that I will advertise for, even though they're not paying us, but they could send us chips. They claim to be the most listened to. I was like, more listeners than the radio, maybe. I don't know. Or more listeners than 10 years ago. Like, yeah, it's 10 years later. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And that's good on them. I'm sure they're making money, and that's fine. And we're not going to talk about them. We are back to finish our conversation about MSG, and there have been some developments. Since we finished recording, we left, I wouldn't say it on a cliffhanger, about how the conspiracy, that I'm calling it a conspiracy, more it was just some questionable science. It's probably a better term, that led to a lot of years of a lot of people thinking that this stuff was bad for you, or it could kill you, or that everyone was allergic to it, or I don't know. But the development is that Nick, host, Ted, me, hi, we're Nick, we're Ted. This is Focused on Nothing, as if you hadn't figured that out. We both ordered ourselves a pound of MSG off of the internets. And we both have them in our hands.
And I think it's important to note that it's the original brand.
Yeah, I think that's the best part. I actually ordered it and then looked at the quantity and realized it was an entire pound.
And it was probably the most affordable one.
It was $7.99. I will admit that I got it from the Jungle website, and it looks like, fresh, sealed, delicious.
Yeah.
Made in America, this one, even though it's from the original company. They have an American distributor, apparently from Ontario, California. And there's this cool little label on the back that I didn't know about. It says, no MSG, plant-derived, backed by science, made via fermentation.
No, as in KNOW.
Yeah, not doesn't have, because all it has is MSG.
Yeah. It's straight MSG. This is uncut.
So off air, Nick and I are talking about relating back to the bouillon Everclear conversation. Should we taste this as we record and provide reactions? I've never tasted straight MSG. I bet it tastes a little salty.
Yeah, probably.
Wanna go for it?
Let's do it. Okay. Oh, are you on?
No,
okay.
I'm doing it.
Here we go.
It's like the old lick the finger, get the salt, and that's very not square, like table salt. Oh, did you do it already?
Yeah, sorry. Did I not have?
Looking at it. No, how is it?
It's good. It's not that salty. It's not like, it wouldn't be like licking your finger with a bunch of salt on it. It's
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I think I don't know. The first thing, it tastes like creamy salt.
It's supposed to be the essence of umami. I believe it says it on here. Umami seasoning.
Yeah, it's like a creamy salt. I don't know how else to describe it.
It's good.
It is good. It's actually really good.
I will continue to put it on all of my food. And now that I know how it just tastes, like with salt, I've oversalted a lot of food. I'm not proud of it. What's happened?
Oh, I put way too much salt on everything.
It was probably a couple times ago, I make Santa Maria beans in the Instant Pot. Amazing. And then afterwards, I have to put in the salt and garlic powder and season it all up. And I oversalted that once, and then I had like 5 pounds of beans that were way too salty.
Oh, no.
I'm too stubborn to throw away.
Yeah, you're going to eat those beans.
Oh, I ate them. Ooh, that was a challenge. We got there.
Along with a couple gallons of water.
To be proud of, Rusty.
Oh, sorry. Cut you off.
There's a lot of information.
That does end nicely, though.
Too.
What do you got?
It's just, there's like the servings, like usage suggestion. It's a smallish bag, and it's just
a pound. I mean, the bag's
well, yeah, I mean, it's a pound, but like
it's a lot.
It talks about like how much you should use for soup, fried noodles, fried rice, and then it talks about umami as the savory flavor, which we already discussed.
It's like umami. It's umami salt. Surprise to no one who actually knew.
Yeah, it's umami salt. It's delicious.
And this is made from corn through fermentation process, similar to that utilized to make soy sauce. So if you weren't afraid before and you're still listening to this amazing content, order yourself up a bag. Support Ajinomoto. Get yourself some MSG.
Yeah.
After or during, or pause it and come back, after you've learned about the wild ride that occurred after I had mentioned that a Dr. Robert Ho-Man Kwok, and I'm going to go back to disclaimer. If
Dr.
I mispronounce
that sounds Korean to me.
I believe he was Chinese.
Oh.
Which doesn't make this wilder because it turned into a Chinese food conspiracy. It was just a dude. He was a pediatrician who lived in New England. It was like, my tummy hurts. Asked a question. After that, it blew up. I don't think he was trying to do anything nefarious.
Yeah, so from the sound of it, he was just kind of reaching out. Was like,
to the scientific doctor community, journal of medicine. Like, you guys know anything about this? Just me?
Yeah.
Right. So when he wrote the letter, he was complaining about pain. Doesn't say pain. It says about radiating in his arms. I'm gonna assume either he was his wavelength changed and he was glimmering. Possible. But that weakness, doesn't say where, just general weakness. Heart palpitations, and this was all after eating at Chinese restaurants. The article that I had referenced before, which was either it was probably sciencehistory.org or 538.com, and Bad Rap, Flaw Science, and Xenophobia. And I will put those links because that last one doesn't sound like a place to get information from, but it was a good story. Good article. Anyhow, it says he mused, so I guess the latter. Considered or suggested that it could have been cooking wine, MSG, or excessive salt that caused his issues he was experiencing after eating Chinese food. And then it would seem that a bunch of readers who read the journal responded with similar complaints, and then I'm going to use air quotes here, scientists, there was no air quotes in the article, but I'm set it's coming, jumped to research the phenomenon, and Chinese restaurant syndrome was coined, born, what have you. It turned into a whole giant thing.
Wow, that feels problematic.
Yeah.
Back then.
Couldn't have been anything to do with Americans in the 60s being like Chinese people, and then maybe not long after World War II, maybe some unjustified bias, or I don't know what, but it blew up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So a month later, the New England Journal of Medicine printed 10 responses from other doctors. I only have research from 2 of the doctors, but they said they reported discomfort after eating Chinese food, either in themselves or friends or patients. People, I guess, come in and be like, yo, doc, I ate this Chinese food. Don't feel good. That could be any number of things, right?
Yeah, as if there's not a million other ingredients.
Yeah. Or
Allergic
more
to,
possibilities. Sometimes a restaurant might have some bad food, and they might not usually. But I've been to places and gotten sick, and I've gone back to the same place because it was good food, and I don't think it was their fault, and they weren't trying to poison me, and they don't have like a F on the health, rating.
Yeah.
And it's been fine. Now, maybe that's me being dumb, but sometimes something just goes a little funky, right?
Of course.
Could have been that happened. Could have been that it was poison. It wasn't. Could have been, and I don't know. I remember if we dug into this last time, but I've been to Chinese restaurants, and by the 90s and the 2000s, and now, not the best ones, I'm sure, but a great many of them have buffets. I don't know if they had buffets in the 60s.
Yeah, that's a fun thought. I wonder when that started.
I don't know. A person producing a podcast might look that up. Nope. Didn't do that. But what I will comment from my own experience is that when going to a Chinese restaurant buffet, I have left not feeling fantastic. And you know whose fault that was?
Couldn't have been yours. There's just no way that you would.
All right, good. We agree. Yes, wasn't me. It was
No.
eating pounds of the most amazing food and then going out and just waddling out of the restaurant like, oh no, this was a mistake.
I already know. I'm going to regret
literal
this.
pounds. I mean,
Yes,
talking.
bad idea.
Yeah.
So that may not have been a cause of this discomfort that they were experiencing at the time, but since I don't know better, it could have been.
Could have been, but yeah.
I don't know. The symptoms cataloged in the letters included.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that was going to be my next question. Are they consistent on symptoms?
No, but we'll
No.
we'll go
Okay,
through.
We're off to a wonderful start here, guys. Good.
Here's another one of Crystal's favorite segments of the show. Also, it's called Ted Reads Lists. It's a good one. Symptoms included fainting. Yep. Okay. Just leaving that there. Back spasms.
Okay.
Sweating. Not to be too personal. I'm sweating right now. Maybe it was the MSG. Doubt it. It's being in the warmest area of this room in my house that has little airflow. Dizziness, flushed skin, and this one's particular, numb jaw.
Okay.
Yep. If your jaw goes numb when eating food, I honestly, would advise against doing that again. Like, I've been sick. I might have a sensitive stomach. My jaw has never gone numb.
Never had back spasms.
Nope, I've never fainted either. That's the list I was given. That's what we're going with.
All right.
Yes, sir. Sorry, you were speaking.
No, you're good. Sorry.
Okay. Next note, possible links between them, anyone's guess. They appeared all over the body and came at widely varying times after eating. Like, I went to a Chinese restaurant. You know what? 2 weeks later, my back hurt. Like, bro, did you pick up something heavy? I don't know. So from here, it gets weirder or dumber, and it's geographically based, which is fantastic. Some doctors claim the syndrome, air quotes on that, only occurred in certain geographic locations. New York, Southern California, kill the hell out of you right now. Chinese food, dead. Hawaii, however, and or London, Chinese food, top notch. Totally fine.
What?
I would guess. Now, having not traveled around the world eating not food in China that is considered to be Chinese food, I don't know if it's different. I bet it's probably reasonably similar. I bet all the little mom and pop restaurants that make the really good food that you tell your friend about and they tell their friend about that isn't the big chain place probably have reasonably similar recipes, right? If it's a traditional.
Sure, yeah.
And those are always the best ones.
Kung Pao chicken is Kung Pao chicken generally. We kind of all agree on that. Yeah.
That could be my assumption.
Yeah. Okay.
But that being the case, the doctors decided that depending on where you lived, you could be in more danger.
Okay.
Yep. And, apparently the New England Journal of Medicine realized that this was ridiculous at this point. And the editors who were publishing these responses from other doctors and people who had written in understood, realized that this was probably not a real thing. And the verbiage used was that they implied as much in a smirking editorial accompanying the replies, wondering aloud about the odd geographical spread and other issues with the claims. So,
okay.
Yeah, so they seem to be self-aware. Like,
that's good. I like that, yeah.
Like, we're publishing this, we're getting a bunch of action on it, but this doesn't seem legitimate.
Right? Yeah, I mean, this is a journal of medicine.
Journal of medicine.
This is, this is a legitimate source. Right?
So what would you assume, given that the Journal of Medicine seemed to be poking fun at it, what would you think newspapers might do with this information?
Yeah, they're going to pick that up and run with it.
Uh-huh. That is exactly what they did.
That's unfortunate.
Uh-huh. Just blew the whole thing up. And then once newspaper got it, another newspaper got it, and it just spread like wildfire. And all of a sudden, this new syndrome that wasn't even a real thing and had no medical backing existed.
Yeah, my thought would be that syndrome, that term, you said it was the Chinese restaurant food syndrome?
Chinese restaurant syndrome?
That's a newspaper written.
Oh, that's a headline all day.
Someone coined that, or they grabbed it from somewhere and they just took off. Because that's, you publish that, people are going to immediately be interested.
And the whole thing started because one guy who probably, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, legitimately was like, is there something to this? And then there were responses. It was published. There were responses. There were more publications. Newspapers got a hold of it and just blew up the country about it.
Mm.
To the point, like, I'm from the 80s, early 80s, if you will. But I remember seeing in movies signs for Chinese restaurant, whatever person's going to the place, no MSG. And I remember seeing them, I think, maybe it's a projected memory of actually seeing those signs out in public.
No, I'm pretty sure I remember that too. I don't think I'm planting that in my mind.
Yeah, but no one could agree on the symptoms. No one could isolate the root cause. But there were a few people who were just on board going to prove that this was a real thing.
So how did this end up really taking hold then and holding on for so long?
I think that all the propaganda was enough, but there were a couple of dudes who decided to do some studies. We're going to say that loosely and probably should be in air quotes. And we're going to talk about those studies because it is a ride. I only hope I can get through this and portray the story as wildly as it reads to me because
Okay.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't. I have a couple of really good Chinese friends. I should have consulted them on their thoughts on this.
Had guests.
I know.
Should,
Darn it.
Yeah. Oh well. We record another one episode later. Maybe we'll just be like, "Hey, throwback, call
Yeah, I
back."
think we should add on to this a little bit. Maybe
Confirmation. We should do part 3, 4, 5. This MSG could be our entire podcast channel.
Yeah, I like it.
No, it's a terrible idea.
That's really bad.
Episode 433, making beer with MSG. Hello, friends. Probably shouldn't do that. So, first guy, a neurologist, who actually originally replied, I think, to the first mail letter inquiry, said that his initial response was that he cooked with it all the time and never felt a thing. You know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He's a neurologist. I don't know how relevant that is or relevant it is not. But the second article, I believe, references the same guy that said, and it gives his name, neurologist Herbert Schomburg, cooked with MSG at home and the syndrome was not a big deal. Symptoms usually passed in, says 5 minutes, after which he finished his meal. Like, I don't know, maybe a little gassy. I don't know.
Sure. A little back spasm and then moving on.
So after his initial response, he got to, and I even put in quotes here on my notes, the real science. He reported to the New England Journal of Medicine having visited local Chinese restaurants for several consecutive days. Now, I want to make sure I share this accurately. He said, it seems fine. And then he got an idea. And his idea was, I'm going to go to my local Chinese food joint several days in a row for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and eat everything on the menu and see if I can induce some symptoms.
It's like a supersize me situation, but with Chinese food.
Yes. That was my thought. I was like, if I changed my entire diet for several days in a row, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or you changed or a listeners, imagine this for a moment. You changed your entire diet, something you have from time to time too. That's all you eat. Do you think that might mess with your gut a little bit?
Yeah, it's not. There's just no way it wouldn't.
Okay, so that's how he started. And guess what? He, in essence, found what he was looking for. It says he experienced symptoms after eating wonton soup and hot and sour soup, both of which he determined, because he decided, and he's a doctor, contained MSG. And that was why he didn't feel good.
He didn't even ask?
I don't, it just
It was just one guy.
He determined. And I put in parentheses, it's unclear how. So I don't know.
It's so disturbing.
He's a smart guy, right? He's a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Typically, that's implied. You would at least think that he'd be a scientific man, being a doctor.
Yes, and we are just about. The science is really gonna ramp up here in a second.
Okay, because that is terribly.
We're gonna go straight to the moon with science.
This is a terribly unscientific.
Okay. Yes.
Study that he's doing right now.
I appreciate your input, and I'm going to share with you what he did next.
Okay, wonderful.
In his next bit of research, Schomburg did a blind study. Gave MSG to 3 volunteers, though one of them was himself. So 2 volunteers. Yep. And apparently the 2 actual volunteers, reacted badly and presented symptoms such as faintness, again, fainting.
Okay.
I don't know what's in food that makes people faint, but it's either so good you're just experiencing so much that you can't handle it and your brain turns off, or it's killing you. I don't know. But faintness, racing hearts, tears, and nausea. I mean, if my heart was racing and I felt faint, I might cry. But do you? Sorry.
Are you sure they were eating?
No, that's the research I have. That's the article I read. Question.
Well, sounds like they were doing something else.
Do you know what else causes all of these symptoms? And it's a simple thing. It's not a trick question. I'm not trying to fool you. So, what are we looking at? Faintness, racing heart, maybe tears, maybe nausea. If picture yourself in a situation, and I'll kind of lead you there. You're going into an unfamiliar place. You're going to do something you've never done. You're going to meet a doctor who's going to feed you a thing that tells you it might be poisonous. How does that make you feel?
Maybe some stress.
Yes.
Nervousness.
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Nailed
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't think that would cause anxiety? It says it was a blind study, but bro was involved in it. He's like, oh man, I ate a bunch of MSG. I don't feel very good. I fed you guys a bunch of MSG. How do you feel? I'm pretty sure this is poisonous. So yeah, if I went to the doctor and he gave me a thing that says, this is going to make you feel like you've been poisoned, and then so then it makes you eat it, however that goes, and then you do, and 10 minutes later he goes, how do you feel now? Do you feel poisoned? That's weird. Let me note that down. Yep. Patient feels poisoned after being told that they were poisoned. Got it. And that was the first study. How are we feeling now?
Just so disturbed.
Yeah.
Do you think he should continue his studies?
No. What is wrong with this guy?
Yes. I don't know what the motivation was. Unfortunately, I don't have it. And this having been in the 60s, I bet we can't ask him. But that was phase 2, I guess. Phase 1, change your entire diet and see how you feel.
Yeah.
Phase 2, give people a thing that you tell them is probably going to make them feel terrible, and then ask them how they feel. And
did he end up did he publish this?
I think he must have.
He must have, yeah.
Because it was in you can Google this, it's everywhere.
Yeah, what crackpot publication put this out?
And most of the ones who have commented on it now do go back and say this was not scientific research, and it ends up being with the conclusion that we already shared, that MSG is fantastic. It's not for everyone, gluten's not for everyone. Some people probably do have some physical reaction that makes it not cool for them, and that's fine. But in general, it's a seasoning.
Yeah, well, we already established, it's salt, basically.
Well, it's a salt.
It's a natural plant derived.
It occurs in
ingredient.
I think, like naturally produced in I think the meats and tomatoes, and I don't want to go off and say a bunch of stuff that's inaccurate, but it does occur naturally in nature.
Yeah, yeah.
That was how Homeboy figured it out. He was eating soup. He was like, "This is amazing. Yeah. Why is this amazing?" And it was just eating things with natural foods in it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. This is the refined, extracted, not necessarily concentrated. It's just the pure version of it that you can use to spice up whatever you like.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Back to I didn't hit the alert. That wasn't much of a side quest. So those were his first 2 rounds. Third round, 7 months later, guy published another study. In part 1 of this study, he got 6 volunteers who had all suffered, air quotes, attacks from the mystery syndrome at a Chinese restaurant previously. I don't know what their symptoms were. I don't know how long they lasted. I don't know if any of them had the same symptom. But 2 of them apparently were taken back to the same restaurant and suffered attacks while eating soup rich in MSG. I think maybe good food just makes them feel bad. No, that's not the case. Honestly, it sounds more like PTSD than a scientific study, right? Like I went here and I had a really bad time. And like I had mentioned, I've gone to restaurants that I got kind of sick afterwards, and then I've gone back to them. But I would totally understand if you went somewhere for the first time or even the 100th time and their food made you sick, you might not want to eat that food again.
Well, we all know somebody, or we've heard stories of somebody that's like, I can't eat scrambled eggs because when I was
too runny,
I was
threw up.
2.5 years old and I had a bad experience with it, and it's like 30 years later they still can't eat them. You're like, well, that is a very strong connection between those.
And if that's how you feel, that's fine. But if you're taking that person and being like, look, these are good for you, you're gonna eat them, and then, but it might be poisonous, and then. Just to, back to this, and they ate them again, and they're like, oh, I don't really feel very good. I'm like, well, that's confirmation. These are bad for you. No, just digging up past trauma, my guy. Yeah. So the other 4 people in the first group were given pure MSG to eat. And what do you know?
Okay, now we're talking.
Well, I mean, we just had some. I don't feel sick. I'm a little sweaty. We mentioned that. But I don't think, again, that's the MSG. I don't know how much they ate. Are we talking little finger dab? Are we talking a spoonful? Shot glass? Taking shots of MSG? I don't know. I'm sure at some point it would not be tasty anymore.
Yeah.
And what do you know? That they suffered attacks as well. And no symptoms, just attacks. Yeah, it's a seasoning. I don't eat any seasoning other than maybe the first time I get it, like we just did, to see what it's like, and then I season food with it. And I check the food, and then I have a little bite, and then I season some more, and I check the food, and that's what seasoning is. It's not you're not supposed to eat it straight, folks.
Right,
listeners, don't.
And
unless you want to. Sorry.
Just common sense would tell you that the amount that you're putting into that is not going to be enough to do anything to you.
Well,
like
if it's poison, yeah, but if it's
if it's poison, sure, but
no.
Yeah, but a half a teaspoon, because that's probably what is being used in a dish of this.
Oh wait, let me check the recipe.
Yeah, let's see the
1 teaspoon. It's 5 servings. But then it says soup. Oh, for 5 servings of soup, half a teaspoon.
So 5 servings of soup. That's a lot.
Fried noodle, 3/4 teaspoon. Fried rice, one of my favorites, 3/4 teaspoon. Meat, doesn't say how much. 5 servings of meat. Figure that out on your own. Half a teaspoon. Like they're mostly half a teaspoon unless you get noodles or rice, and it's a 3/4. Also, fun fact, not a calorie in it.
Yeah.
And a little bit of sodium, which we talked about. It's
actually a pretty small amount of sodium, really.
Well, yeah, because there's 1 sodium on each glutamic acid.
Yeah.
Not that really relates until you get into a whole bunch of other math that no one cares about. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, 5% sodium in a serving, which is 1/4 of a teaspoon. So if you had 2 servings and you had 2 servings of this, which would be half a teaspoon, in 5 servings of soup, you could have 5 people's worth of soup and 10% of your sodium for the day.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I'm in.
Sounds pretty good. Yeah. My point is just that I really like common sense would just say you're not taking in enough of it. Unless it's like fentanyl, you're there just wouldn't be enough of it to affect you that deeply.
Yes. And so agree completely. But we have to get back to. That's what we have to get back to.
Oh, okay.
So, Schomburg, he changed his diet, and that he said sucked, and then he participated in his own blind study, which wasn't a blind study. And then he had the attacks with the PTSD folks, and Then part 2 of his study, he ran a non-blind test, which sounds a lot like all the other tests. 56 people, giving them pure MSG, and asked about 3 main symptoms. Burning, fairly nondescript, but does sound not good.
Okay.
What are we talking? Burning hair?
Yeah,
Burning
where?
groin?
Like, yeah, but
Spontaneous combustion? What are we talking about? My skin's burning. My head's on fire. Anyhow, so it was burning, facial pressure, and chest pain. The only symptom that seems clear is chest pain.
Wait.
What is facial pressure?
I was just gonna say, and burning and facial pressure were not part of the original symptoms.
Hey, there was faintness. I can scroll back up. There was a whole.
I don't even think chest pain was. It was like heart palpitations, but chest pain
back
wasn't.
Spasms, sweating, dizziness, flushed skin, and then my ever favorite, numb jaw.
So we're talking about 3 new symptoms. Apparently,
he was looking. I mean, he was
Okay.
doing research.
Yeah. Okay.
Not any kind of repeatable research or based on the original findings or claims,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and who knows how he selected these 56
I
people?
don't know. Maybe he had 56 friends.
Yeah, but
He got on.
It have to be
on
randomized.
What was going 19? He got on his ham radio and found his local buds. Maybe he had a Model T car club. I don't know. It was New England. Maybe they were. Nope, I'm not going to insult anybody else. That I don't know. And people I insulted, I apologize.
I heard no insults in
I
that.
love old Fords and I love ham radios, but it was the '60s, so I was just trying to come up with something. I apologize.
Yeah.
So, symptoms: chest pain. Oh, chest pain. That was the only one that seemed clear, right? That's where that is.
Yeah.
Facial pressure. Do you have your sinuses clogged? Are your eyes bulging out of your face? What is facial pressure?
I mean, this sound well, just from MSG. No, I just don't. What are we talking about?
Research. Science.
Okay.
All right. So.
Man, I really hate this guy now.
It was a bit of a mess. So apparently, any symptom was taken proof of MSG toxicity. What do you know? 55 people experienced the symptom,
Oh my god.
but only a few had all 3. And to cover that again, that's burning, facial pressure, and chest pain. Maybe you had burning in your chest face. No, but there's a third part of this second study. 9 volunteers with a history of headaches, so probably the best group to start with, were given 3 bowls of chicken broth each, one of which it says doused with MSG. That could be a pound. I don't know. I don't know how much it dissolved in solution. I didn't check. The other 2 were only seasoned with salt. And guess what happened to the 9 people who reported having headaches? 2 of them got a headache.
2? Only 2 out of the 9.
Yeah. And it doesn't. It didn't say like when. Like, was it after they had a chicken broth with MSG, or was it after they had chicken broth with salt, or was it like when they got there? Like, oh man, it was a rough trip over here. I got a headache. Like, I have nothing. Admittedly, more research might lead to having more information about which 2 and at what point. But I have to say it based on the previous experiments and research. I don't know if that's necessary.
None of this is necessary.
Yes,
I
none
am
of
not
it is.
even.
This is the guy who, in the first letter, I'm assuming it's a letter, came in to the New England Journal of Medicine. He was like, I cook with that stuff all the time. It's fine. So how much of this was necessary afterwards? None. And this is the research that people referenced to believe that this was a real thing. Oh, yeah, no, MSG is bad for you. Look, this guy did research. He's a neurologist. No, sir. Not real research. Bad. Bad idea.
really bad. I am not a scientist. I
Oh,
but
yes. Do
I
tell.
went to college
Yes, I did too. Also not a
and
scientist.
we learn how to do we've all read plenty of things about scientific research and how to, do empirical studies and such. I, it's
I
like,
mean, I think it starts in like grade school. It's like you come up with a hypothesis. And
yeah.
you come up with scenarios. And then you do whatever research you can given the tools that you have to try to look into those scenarios. And then based on the data you've collected, you determine if your hypothesis is not even true, like reasonable or inconclusive, right? And if it's
Yeah.
reasonable, then you do more research, more research, more research. This guy seemed to be like, nah, this stuff will kill you. I'm going to prove it.
Yeah.
And that's example one. That's example one. I have another. And if you thought the first one was just bonkers, this one is going to be a treat.
Let's get into it.
Oh, when did this start? It was in the 60s. Late 60s? Okay. That's when all of this hubbub came to be. And that doesn't really help for my next date because it was in May of 1969 that the next dude came along. Another doctor. Robert Olney, a psychiatrist.
Okay.
You heard me, right? A psychiatrist?
Yeah,
That's
what
fine.
does he have to do with
Psychiatrists
this? But
are totally psychiatrists. I don't know how often they do lab research with mice to see how they react to drugs. But this guy decided that was his jam. So, I don't know how often he did it. He did it at least once. And we're going to talk about it. He claimed that MSG caused brain damage. And I'm not going to claim. No, I will. I'll claim it doesn't. And I hope no one sues me over that. But after 116 years, I think it doesn't. I think it might not sit well with some folks, and that's fine. But I don't think it causes brain damage. But dude did find some brain damage. Forgive my ability to speak. And that's where we're going next. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, that's where it goes. So apparently, Dr. Robert Olney's research started with. Oh, my son's going to bed. Good night, son. And I get nothing against any of these folks. I think they were probably like the guy who sent the letter and the first guy who did research and then this guy. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't think any of this is science as far as the research goes. So we're just going to talk about what they did. And here we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Olney's research started with, because there are at least two phases to this, if I recall, injecting albino mice pups, that's a baby mouse, it's a pup, with a solution of up to, and because I don't know how much, it said up to 4 milligrams of MSG per gram of body weight.
Whoa, that seems like a lot.
Uh-huh. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
He then euthanized the mice. Kind of rude, but research happens. And reported finding brain lesions.
Okay.
I don't know how many pups. He did this too, but it was a solution of up to 4 milligrams of MSG per gram of body weight, and then see you later, and found brain lesions. I don't know how qualified this guy was to find brain lesions. Might have been super qualified. But I will say again that he was a psychiatrist. I don't know. I didn't dig into his background. But that seems pretty wild for that to be step one in your research. Also, to your concern, 4 milligrams per gram of body weight. So there's several paths to go here. It's MSG is a solid crystalline type powdery substance. You can't just jam that into a body, right? It needs a liquid. It needs a carrier. So it was probably injected with some other liquid. I'm just going to assume it was saline solution because that's pretty neutral. Also salty. Maybe it was just distilled water and MSG. I don't know what it was. I did read, and my first observation was like, did he inject this into their bloodstream? Because this is a seasoning, like food, like you eat it.
Yeah.
I don't inject seasonings into my bloodstream. First of all,
bunch of oregano just pumping into your.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that would kill me.
Yeah.
He euthanized these mice pups and then found, what did I say? Brain lesions.
I think he euthanized them by pumping them full of MSG.
Maybe. But no, there's actually evidence that they could live through it, and we'll get to that real quick. I just have some quick maths to do.
Yeah, can we do this? Because,
yes. Yeah. Because when I wrote this down, and I might be 1 to 2 lbs lighter, I know, hold your applause, I weighed 235 pounds, which converts loosely, check my mathnauts, 106,000 grams. So, if I were subject to the same study, which I would not volunteer for, just to put that out there, I would have been injected with a solution, which they don't mention, containing 426 grams of MSG. And back to this handy-dandy pound of MSG I have sitting on my desk now, it's 454 grams is 1 pound.
That's the entire bag.
If you missed what I just said, it was 426 grams based on my weight to be comparable to the baby mice that got injected with an MSG solution. So that math comes out to 0.93 pounds, which might be how much I have left in this bag, in a solution, in my bloodstream. I'd be amazed if I lived.
Yeah, there's no way.
If I didn't have brain lesions, that'd be great. But I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly, like a pound. Pick up a thing that weighs a pound. I don't know what you have around you, listener, folks. I don't know how much beer weighs. It's 12 ounces of liquid. Seems close. Now imagine just injecting that into your bloodstream, but it's a salt and it's got some other liquid. So it probably is 2 pounds, 3 pounds. I don't know how many liters that is.
Wow.
Yes.
I wonder how he came to that.
That seems like that was his, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to prove it. MSG will give you brain lesions if you inject it into your bloodstream at a rate that's just obscene.
Yeah.
Good job.
I mean, anything would do that.
I would feel really, really, really not good if I ate a pound of MSG.
Yeah. I mean, literally drinking like a gallon of water could kill you. That's just water.
Not runners. Some people in the past, after running long distances, even if trained, if you would drink way too much water afterwards, it can kill you.
Yeah.
And water's typically known as being a healthy thing to consume.
It's where you kind of need it. So
speak for yourself. Sorry, I'm just being controversial so we can grow our fan base. No.
I mean, if you don't need water,
I think
that's fine.
Nope, water's good.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going against that one.
But the point is, it can be toxic in large quantities.
If with enough of it, yeah. So imagine injecting a pound of MSG. I mean, for me, because I'm a larger fellow, but that's an insane amount.
Man.
Absolutely insane. And so he did that, and then he decided that wasn't quite far enough over the cliff. He was going to do another experiment.
Okay.
All right. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. He injected 20 more mice with an even higher concentration of MSG, and I assume that they were meese pups, and allowed them to live to maturity. So, pups, babies, whatever.
Yeah.
In his scientific, air quotes, findings of these mice when compared to the 18 control mice, which apparently had 18. So he had 20 that he just jacked with MSG and had 18 control mice. The ones all jacked on MSG he found were sterile, were smaller, and gained weight. Yep, talking is difficult. More rapidly than the control group. Were lethargic and had coats that, he quoted, lacked the sleekness of the control mice. Based on these findings, he did what he thought was best for probably the public and declared that pregnant... Oh, God, I wish I could talk. This would be so much more entertaining. He declared that pregnant women should avoid MSG due to the potential damage to fetuses. Now, in any of the things that I just said, did you hear anything about pregnant mice?
No, how the hell did he jump to that conclusion?
Okay, I have another question. Did you hear anything about... Now, we've already answered it. They weren't pregnant. Did you hear anything about fetus damage to mice? No, because obviously they weren't pregnant. There are so many things wrong with this conclusion. Most of which I'm sure I'll miss. But the guy, again, is a psychiatrist. And maybe he was a brilliant psychiatrist. But he did no testing on pregnant mice. And he pumped them full of even more MSG. And Nope, just let that sink in. But there's a bright note to this one that has nothing to do with Dr. Robert Olney. That's his name. It's got to be. It is that, a few months later, 3 physicians that I don't have names to, actual people who wanted to do research and provide truth for humanity, responded to his study with some facts debunking his entire story. Firstly, which we've talked about, the amount he injected was excessive. Like a whole pound, if me. And they didn't even eat it. It was injected into their bloodstream. I don't know. I like broccoli. And I've seen this meme on the internet, and I'm sorry for internet meme reference. I like broccoli. I can eat broccoli. I don't know if I could inject broccoli into my bloodstream and live. I would bet it's a bad idea.
I can't. Yeah.
But assault. I mean, it's assault, so you could live through it. That's what a safe solution is, right? It's a salt water and it's hydrating, and you need electrolytes, and so that's fine. So this is technically assault, but that's not how people consume the thing. So if you're trying to figure out if it's going to have an adverse effect, maybe it should be consumed.
I'm just deeply surprised that these mice lived through that.
The fact that they just lived at all, good on them.
I wonder how quickly, he probably didn't talk about methodology in terms of how, like you said, what did he put, how did he deliver it?
It was injected.
Over what amount of time?
Probably as quickly as you could jam it in there. That's a guess. But that's probably not unreasonable considering the rest of it.
Yeah.
So excessive amount of MSG just jammed into their bodies. The physicians who were critiquing his work also noted that he did not inject the control mice with anything, like distilled water, saline solution. The volume of liquid it would take to transfer that amount of MSG into them was probably significant. And the control mice were just like, oh, you're a totally normal mouse. It wasn't just that the MSG was missing. It was that they weren't getting just a pile of liquids jammed into them that could have also had extremely adverse effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think you might be surprised by the answer because
Yeah.
just it's this 3-letter acronym and it's this scary, made non-natural produced seasoning and it's bad for you. No, I mean, not any more than anything else in moderation, I suppose. If you don't have some aversion to it, like if it physically makes you sick, yeah, don't eat it. But
Yeah.
in general, it is a salt. It is a seasoning. It's not going to kill you. People in the United States were consuming MSG in canned soups and TV dinners for decades without even knowing it. It was so
Yeah.
popular, it was brought over by the Chinese and the Japanese as well. And the U.S. government, well, it was like putting it in MREs. Like, it's not it's not hazardous.
No, it's
Yeah.
not at
But the
all.
craziest thing, and the reason I decided to call this episode Conspiracy, because it took exactly one letter by a potentially well meaning guy to a medical journal to just change the face of this seemingly, nondescript seasoning that was just available at the store before that. And you could still buy it, but I went to my local grocery store, couldn't find any.
No, I've never seen it.
No, I found a bunch of seasonings in that big rack that they have that said no MSG. I couldn't. Probably 6 different kinds of salt, Himalayan and regular and potassium and iodized and non-iodized, but did not find any MSG.
Man.
Uh,
Yes, that is truly, that's a super interesting.
yeah, and
Just
I guess have your own opinion about the FDA. Fair. But past that, it has been on their list of generally recognized as safe. Like they have a list of foods generally recognized as safe forever, even during all of this hubbub. I was like, no, FDA doesn't seem to care.
wow. Wow.
Yeah. So to your question, 2 hours and change ago about whether there's enough meat on the bone to record about MSG, yes, there is, and I would like to put some on some meat and some bones.
I do stand corrected.
Oh, it's great. I mean, we could probably put hours more into the social and economic impacts of the whole thing. That is important. I'm not going to diminish that. It doesn't sound as fun. I'm sorry for everyone that was a big bummer, and hopefully that has passed. And if it hasn't, it should have.
I think that sounds kind of fun, but I'm kind of a
We
weirdo.
okay, fine. We can do it. I'm not saying we will. We can't. Just have to make sure it's not a giant bummer. These are supposed to be fun.
No, we're not going to do that. But we may ask future guests, hosts,
Take shots of
on
MSG.
here. Yeah, to
Yes.
just tell us what their initial thought of MSG is.
What I need to do is get some Taco Works tortilla chips. Hello, Taco Works.
We love you.
And we could give them to our guests because MSG is fine. Those chips, life-changing. I'm telling you, they're the best tortilla chips that have ever been made, and I don't care if they send us any, though I'm fine if they do. That's focusedonnothing@gmail.com. We will give you our address. Well, that was actually, I think, our focus group. Spoiler alert, it's my wife. Listened to most of the previous episode and then said that she would listen to the rest of it after we record this because, you got to keep that content moving. Got to be on deck. That apparently was her favorite part of that whole episode was when I said I was going to send them the RSS feed to this and begging for some excellent foodstuffs. I'm here for it. It works great. If one person listens to it over there and they're like, nope, we don't need to send this up the chain, that's fine too. If no one listens to it, I'll live. It'll be okay. How far are we into this? We are recording. I don't know. There was a snafu back there. Someone may have noticed. I don't know if they will or not. Oh, apparently your audio stream went from stereo into mono. But it's recording. So I'm gonna say that I apologize for all of that, but it looks like it's fine. And this will get published anyway. Thank you for listening. So the last thing I did, which we can get into if you want, or you can choose not to, I went to my local grocery store and did field research to see if I could find foods that have MSG in them. And I am willing to read off a few of them. Not willing. I would love to. Read off a few of them to you to see if you can guess whether they do or do not have MSG in them.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. That sounds fun.
I'll pick my top however many I get to, and listeners don't get to choose because it's my show and I do what I want. Soy sauce. Kiko Man soy sauce. I don't know how to say it. It's fine. You know the stuff.
Yes?
No. Absolutely not. Not the ones I checked. Mrs. Dash. You've seen that seasoning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? MSG or no?
Yes.
Nope.
No?
MSG.
Oh,
No,
crap.
You pick it up and you look at the back. It says no MSG, no salt. They're on top of it. I'm pretty sure soy sauce has salt in it, but I couldn't find one of the ones I checked.
Well, the only reason I said yes was because it talks about how it was derived from or same. I don't remember what did it say on the bag. Something about soy sauce. So I thought maybe it would be part of it.
I mean, I have the bag.
It said something about
plant-based.
It says a fermentation process similar to that utilized to make soy sauce.
Similar, but not soy
Similar.
sauce.
Okay.
MSG. Okay.
Okay.
And here's where we get into brand names. So I'm just gonna not. I'm just gonna not say that. So, oh my gosh. Nope. Wait. Don't do it. Crystal's gonna hate this part. Yep. That's a tangent alert. Why did I do that? It was not saying the brand names. God bless. I got so caught up in the sounder, and she's really going to hate it now. Anyhow, I got back to it. Put the Zoe, my daughter, play softball. She had a rec league softball game yesterday. It was awesome. I recorded the whole thing on the GoPro first time, and then I uploaded it to YouTube so I could share it with the team so they could go watch, play back the film, if you will, if they want to go check on how they did. Also, while the game is going on, there's some walk-up songs that might be played, and then there might be music between innings, and probably none of it's copywritten, but YouTube definitely emailed me, and they're like, these are the many violations, and these are the territories that this video cannot be viewed in due to these violations, and it was something at the end to like, we're not shutting down your account. And I was like, cool.
What?
Thanks. Because it's copywritten music. It was just recorded. I was
Oh.
playing the game, and then there was music playing in the background. It wasn't like put to it for a soundtrack. It was just picked up on the recording,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
it found almost all of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Gotta
I
use
mean,
AI
and
for
I'm
that.
not, going through this list. I'm not putting any labels on blast. Obviously, I love MSG. I love Taco Works. They put it on their label. So you know what? I changed my mind. I'm not gonna fake it. But this is based on the fact that I can read and saw what I saw. But so back to it. We went with Mrs. Dash. No. Soy sauce. No. Campbell's chicken noodle soup. What do you think? Has or has not? Tangent over, by the way.
I, well, now I want to say no because I got the first two wrong, but
But
probably is. Yeah, because it's soup.
that's a big hell
You
yeah.
said they put it in soups and TV dinners for years. They probably still do.
Yep, that's a big hell yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll just give you this one. Campbell's makes like their chunky soup line.
Yep. I'm familiar.
So I checked one. Maybe a bunch of them don't. But the one I checked did have MSG in it. Spam.
Oh,
Ooh, Spam is tasty. And
it is
it's a little
delicious.
concerning, but it's tasty.
I know, and it is salty. I guess gosh, I want to say yes to that one too.
It wasn't supposed to be a trick question, but I had to include it. I don't know what's in Spam because there are no ingredients listed on the can that I could find.
It just says ham and natural flavors or something,
No,
right?
No, I couldn't
It
find
doesn't?
any ingredients listed. Apparently, it's just
Get
made out of Spam. I looked, and I was like, where? And I could have missed it. But I saw nothing.
They have to print it on the can.
I thought so, but it's Spam. Maybe they got an exception.
Been grandfathered in.
Like, well, I mean, everybody knows this is Spam. If you're eating it, you don't care what's in it. The end. And that's not to say that it's not good. Okay, it is. It has its place.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, the first time I had that, I was backpacking with the Boy Scouts. It was a long time ago. Anyhow, couple more for you. Rapid fire. Pringles original.
No.
No. You are correct. Pringles barbecue or sour cream and onion or cheddar cheese.
No.
Yes.
What?
Uh-huh. I was surprised by that. You go Pringles original? Nope. But you get into that the flavor. You want that umami, bro? Here it comes. Doritos, Cool Ranch. I'm going to lump them together. And nacho cheese.
Yes.
Yes. Fritos.
See, I learned fast.
Yep. Curly, the Fritos, little Scoopy boys.
Yeah, Frito with a chili cheese or the regular?
No, Fritos.
Okay, then no.
No. And then I don't have chili cheese, but I have barbecue Fritos.
Yes.
Yes. You're picking it up. Like original flavor? Nah, we don't need that.
No, it's just salt.
We want some glory in here? Here it comes. Lay's, and I'll give this one to you. It's freebie. Lay's original, didn't see it. Lay's barbecue, also didn't see it.
Huh.
I didn't see it. And again, this is all based on my ability to read. So I accept no responsibility for these results other than this is what I found. And then, it was mentioned in the article that it had been used in TV dinners like since the 60s, right? Before the whole delirium came up. So I checked a few, and that was the end of the quiz. I'll just give you these. So I checked the lean cuisine, found nothing. Healthy choice, got nothing. Stouffer's, nope. Marie Callender's, I even went to the chicken teriyaki, and that wasn't to be biased. It was because I thought maybe if there's one, maybe it's that one. Nope, nothing. The only one I found was Hungry Man white carved turkey. But then I checked like 2 or 3 other Hungry Mans, and there was nothing. So I don't know the algorithm there. But TV dinners seem to be on the low. However, flavored chips, good chance. Good chance.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
This is really I'm gonna look now all the time. I
I
won't
mean,
be able to help it.
there's a few other ones. There's a disodium something or other. There's like 2 to 3 main flavor enhancing things that if you don't find MSG and it's a processed food like a chip, you probably find the other one. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's bad. Just means it's there. I don't mind it. I'm here for it. I think stuff that tastes good is good. Also, I don't eat like a bag of potato chips. That's probably not recommended, even if it's delicious.
Well, and there still probably can't be more than like a teaspoon of it in the whole bag, if that.
I don't know. A teaspoon's good for 5 servings. Half a teaspoon. That'd be 10 servings,
Yeah.
according to the label. If they're doing it wrong, no, that's on them. Oh. So we're wrapping up here. Oh, this one is a longie, my guy. Occurred to me on the Pinto episode with guest Nick and host Nick and myself. I forgot to share a good news article. And I had an article all teed up about a tiny garden turtle that escaped from its garden for like 30 days. And they found it at the corner store-ish. And it had averaged, it's totally off topic at this point, but it had averaged 0.004 miles per hour while it was out on its running spree across town. And then it made it back home. So that was, I'm sorry if you listened to the Pinto episode and you had hoped for a good, feel-good story at the end. I failed. I still don't know what I'm doing. And now I'm trying to figure out how to get this computer to make this link go to where it's supposed to go. So I can tell you today's good story. And I just deleted it. Okay.
My God.
Yeah, if you're an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes into a podcast, I mean, it couldn't be more than an hour and a half. Might delete a link. Oh, got it. This one being based on food, I have an article from the Good News Network. It says, scientists engineer yeast to create honeybee superfood. Colonies grew 15-fold. I don't think I need any more than that in the article.
Yeah.
I think that's
cool.
fantastic. So go scientists. Honeybees are obviously super important to our pollination and crops, and that's all I know about that, but they are very important, and they have been kind of on the down low and kind of on the way out, kind of having a hard time. So
they've been struggling, but that's great.
So if we've created a super yeast for bees, you may not be into GMOs, and you don't have to listen if you're not. It's a super yeast. They made it. It's GMO, right?
Cool. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I'll put that link when we publish this up, and I'll put the other links to the other articles. And you don't want me to publish my notes because it's a giant mess with a whole bunch of highlighted colors. But we did it. We made it through it.
Awesome.
We didn't have to turn it into a 3-part series. Though this might be
pretty close, though.
I mean, we're well over an hour, so whatever.
This is a long one, yeah.
Well,
sorry, everybody.
Sometimes a good time takes a long time. I don't know. Right?
Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. So, we have. Oh, you wanted to. Oh, we can talk about it off of the air, as they say, I suppose. Ideas for another episode or two. And then, right now it's September for listener friends who are going to hear this. Likely not in September. But this is all going to come out very soon. And season 1 is on its way.
Very exciting stuff for us.
Yes. Well, it's exciting for me. I cannot wait to get this going and start working on the next season. This has been a lot of fun. Obviously, we're still figuring some things out, but
yeah, bear with us,
or don't listen. It's always an option, unless you are our focus group, and then I apologize. But with that, the MSG food conspiracy is not a conspiracy, and it's delicious, and it's maybe. I'm not going to say it, man. It's delicious.
Yeah, go out and get some.
Yeah, all things in moderation, folks. Get some MSG in your life. You will not regret it. I mean,
Unless you're Schomburg or Olney related.
I don't think those guys have to worry about it anymore.
Unless you're their grandkids or something, though. I don't know.
Nope, we gone. Bye-bye.
Bye.